success meaning that you're getting actual results, right?
Yeah.
But what about the progress and the discipline you're putting right now? And when things, they're going to click, and when click, you're going to be prepared.
Yeah.
Right? That's one way of doing it. So right now I'm going for progress. And actually I have a journal and I look at my wins every day.
Okay.
And it's not that every day we're killing it, but it's like
Yeah.
every little medium or high win. Like today, I learned how to finally use this platform that I've been procrastinating about, right?
Yes.
Because it's just that progress is growing you as a person. And then from a more, I will say, spiritual or Christian way, I always say that God puts us in this journey. So then whenever we're ready to receive what we want, we are ready, right? So I'm always saying, I just looking at the progress equals success.
Yeah.
As long as I'm not giving up. If I give up, then that's not success, right? So I'm putting the work, I'm celebrating my wins, and I have faith that God is preparing me for what I'm meant to be. And so I'm ready whenever it's time.
Hey Voxstar, and welcome to From Singer to Artist. I'm Lara Chapman, award-winning singer and songwriter turned viral vocal coach and the host of this show. At VoxTape Studios, we help singers from all over the world level up their voices by teaching them the 3 fundamental skills all singers need: technique, awareness, and artistry. Whether you're looking to go pro or just develop your voice for fun, my team and I are here to help. Check the link in the description to book your first session or grab some of our other resources. Alrighty, are you ready? Let's get started.
Today, I have a very special guest in the studio with me. Her superpower is figuring out what your authenticity really means, how you can apply this in your own self, in your business, in your singing, in your music, in your everyday life. Welcome, Jennie Lopez.
Thank you. Gracias. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, thank you so much for being here. I'm very excited to have you here. We met... how many years ago? 2-3 years ago?
Yeah,
maybe something
about that
like
time.
that.
Yes.
You took a couple voice lessons with us. I believe Coach Bree was your coach.
Yes, she's
back
awesome.
then. Yes, she's still on the team. Still love having her. But since then, your life has changed a lot, and you've gone through so much in your life too. You were a cheerleader, like dancer for the Colts, right?
Yes, Indianapolis Colts.
Yes. What the hell? Like every time, like Bree texted me after a lesson with you, she was like, "Did you know Jennie did this? Did you know Jennie did that?" And I was like, "What? You have lived many lives."
True. You're absolutely true. I know a lot of people, they either see one side or the other. So I'm a chemical engineer. I don't know if I ever shared that with you.
Yes, that's
but
crazy.
that is my background. I'm a chemical engineer, and I had a whole career in the corporate world. But at the side, just like you said, I was also a professional dancer. So I danced as a backup dancer for artists, TV shows, Indianapolis Colts, the company Zumba, as an international presenter for them. So I had a dual career. But one of the things that you were talking about authenticity is that I always felt like that unicorn that was sticking out for the wrong reasons, because I was too bubbly for an engineer, and then I was too nerdy for a dancer. And I tried to hide those parts of me. And when I realized, you know what? That thing that I live different lives at the same time, that's my uniqueness. That's my horn. Let's show it authentically. And I fell in love with authenticity. And that's why I do also as my business right now, empower people to live with their authenticity, because that's whenever you do your best work.
Yes. Oh, I love what you said. Too much of this, not enough of that.
Yes.
Can't really fit in anywhere.
Yes.
I think a lot of artists feel like that too, where it's like, well, I'm not quite this, I'm not quite that. I'm not a pop singer, but also not rock. And, you know, like, what's my genre? And like they feel like they don't really fit in anywhere. Even as kids growing up, you know, usually the artists are kind of like the outsiders, right? So that totally makes sense. But since I've seen you last, again, like 2-3 years ago, something like that, you have since quit your corporate job too, and you're full-time doing your own thing now. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Oh, thank you so much. So I started my business in 2020, maybe a little bit around the same time that you and I met, but I was doing both in parallel. And I said, well, I'm going to retire early, and then I focus on my business 100%. But I just fell in love with my mission of empowering people to be their best authentic self. And I said, why wait? Let's do it now. So right now I do that. It's all through the whole authenticity umbrella.
Yeah.
But I'm an author. I'm a keynote speaker. I'm also coach people to create the life they want with their superpower being their authenticity.
Oh my goodness. So tell me, what does authenticity mean to you?
It's just whenever there's no mask. It's you. You're just at your own element. You're at your highest vibration energy, and you do your best work. That's pretty much for me is authenticity. You're not trying to say, oh, okay, what do people expect for me to like wear or to do or to speak or anything. You're just in your own element, but you do it in an intentional way. That is not just about you, the spotlight on you, but it's like, how can you create that impact on others by being your true self? So that's the only thing you focus on. Instead of focusing about, oh, did I say that right? Or am I asking the right question? Or do you think people are going to like me? And like, okay, what's the focus? What's your outcome? And with that being your North Star, just be yourself. Stress-free.
Okay. I love that because I feel like these last couple of years for myself and my business, I've always been like, well, I could do this, but I could also do that. And I could sell the business, or I could make a franchise out of it, or I could open up a university, or I could quit, or I could, you know, like do all these different things with it. And I very much felt like not like I had a North Star, not really something I'm working towards, but rather I'm just doing the groundwork and just doing. And things just happened, you know, I had a video go viral, and then I hired coaches, and then I released online courses. And, you know, it was just very much things just happened, and I was just going with the flow.
I love it.
But I'd never really had something to work towards, like not really having a North Star. So how does one find their North Star, their authenticity?
So the North Star is pretty much who you're here to help. What impact you want to have in the world. I know that sounds so catchy, like, okay, hashtag motivational Jennie right now. But that, you know, pretty much you're here in this world for a reason, right? And it's so funny because if I think about my career, I'll be like, oh, that's not fair. That happened to me. And like, you know, that was my school. And I went through all of that because I don't want for people to have to go through that, especially my kids, the next generation. Yeah. So that's my purpose. That's my North Star, right? And then how you figure it out. But you asked me about how do you get back to your authenticity? And honestly, we can go in a kumbaya and like a lot of reflection questions to see how it's, but I came up with this thing, which is like a map. I just did a video today about that, but it's a map on how to get to you. So the M is to really ask yourself, is this a mask or is this me? Right? Okay. Because a lot of people were pretending to be something because we think that that's what the audience wants. But wait, is this a mask or is this me?
Yes.
And then A is like, when do you feel the most alive? When you say, hey, things were just happening. You were at flow. Yeah. You were in total alignment on how life was, you know, showing opportunities for you. And I'm sure you felt the most alive. You were not just like, oh, I have to do this podcast, or like, I have to coach this person. You were in total alignment. Yeah. So that's also when you're at flow. That's another indication that you are getting into that alive, into that authenticity. And then something that you mentioned is that we're not static. So a lot of people say, oh, that's just who I am. I don't know if you have heard that we keep in that broken record, but the P of the map is for pause and reflect. And I say, okay. The things that perhaps are they serving me towards my North Star? It's all about evolving, continue to grow. Yeah. So just pause and say, hey, is this serving me or not? And then if it's not serving you, like, bye, thank you, let's go to the next. And you continue to grow as a person. Okay. And bring your authenticity with you.
Yeah, I'm not a very good reflection person.
I know.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I thrive best when things are just doing. I see that, you know, like a lot of in business, people are like, you gotta look at your analytics to know what's working and what's not working. I never do that. I just do. And a lot of times my husband, he also keeps saying like, stop creating new content. Figure out how to sell the stuff that you already made. Stop making new courses and new offers and new everything. And I'm like, but I like doing that.
Because you're a creative. Yes. So you love creating, and that keeps you at flow as well. I get it. I get that part too.
Yeah. But then, you know, the analytics part of it is also important. And not just the analytics in business, but, you know, as a person, like you said, just pause and reflect. Is this helping you get towards your goals? Yes. Or is this just kind of like a detour? Yeah. And I feel like right now in my life, or in my business rather, what I'm doing is I'm just doing all the things that I've always wanted to do, but never got around to doing it. So we're doing a retreat in Mexico and we're going to be singing together there. I'm so excited for that.
Amazing.
I'm finally recording my songwriting course right now as well. So I'm doing that. Yay. We want to do a singing contest as well. So those were all ideas I've had 3+ years ago and never got around to actually doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm just going to do this so I can say I did it.
But you're aligned. You feel alive.
Yes.
Correct. And
Yes.
that's you. Things that were in the ideation bucket at some point, and they're getting to life. That's amazing. And one thing, when you say, oh, I don't like to reflect, I just wanted to invite you to just be a little bit more open to it, because I used to be the same way. As high achievers, I'm sure that you are, and I am. We're just like, go, 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 go. But that can get us into burnout as well.
Yes.
And when you get into a burnout, you get into lack of alignment, and then that's when everything's kind of get sometimes stagnant, etc. And I love Tony Robbins. He's one of my coaches. And I remember at the beginning, he used to say, remember, everything that you need is inside of you. And I'm like, no, I don't have all the answers. Why does he keep saying that? But you know what? The best answers or the best aha moments I've had is whenever I'm in silence. And I'm a person who go, go, go. I mean, I have my parallel life, like 7 lives at the same time. But the times when I'm not listening to a podcast, or I'm not like, okay, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? I'm in silence. I'm not telling you go for an hour or two in the middle of nowhere. Just, and I'm telling you, that's whenever, oh, wait a second, you get clarity. So I just wanted to invite you about like the possibility. It doesn't have to be a long, long time, but get those times of reflections, because that's whenever you're clear and then answers come to you.
It is so easy to just turn to your phone and start scrolling, to just kind of distract yourself from your own thoughts.
Yes.
So, no, you're so right. And I know you are. And now I just need to do it and just put the phone away and not get distracted. Because, I mean, at this point, we pull out our phones all the time.
I know.
All the time.
I know. You know what I started doing? And this was probably about a month ago. So I'm not saying I'm an expert.
Yeah.
But a lot of people say, oh, you need to shut down TikTok or shut down Instagram, etc. Like, yeah, but I do content just like you. I'm in social media and I get inspired. Yeah. But you also get in that rabbit hole, just like getting there stuck for hours. Yeah. And then I said, there were 2 things that were a big aha moment for me. One of them is I create before you consume. Mm-hmm. Right. So it kind of gives you like the okay to. So that was one. And then the other one is said that for the whole day, I am not going to open TikTok for the whole day. And that was so hard because it's such a like, boom, boom, right? Yeah. And I say TikTok because I think that's the one that is the fastest short of, it just gets you trapped like faster. And I'm telling you, I've been so productive this past month, like way better than the other ones. I mean, that's awesome. Then it's not that I crave it anymore. Now it's like, okay, I choose to open TikTok for inspiration or to get ideas, see what my future client is really craving, what kind of answers they want, and then I go buy it. But anyway, it's working, so I'm going to keep doing that.
TikTok is not even a thing for me. I post on it, but I post on it through a third-party scheduler.
Yes.
I never open it. I don't like TikTok for some reason, but I'm always on Instagram, and it's not a good time. It's not good. So I will take that advice. Just like not open it. It's just like a habit, right? You just click on it. It's like, no, it is. Stop it. Why am I doing this?
Yeah, I have a minute, right? And then the minute turns into half an hour.
Yes. It's just, I'm just waiting for this thing to load, and then it's long loaded and you're still scrolling.
Yes.
It's like, so how can we apply this to musicians, to singers? And because you yourself, you had a fitness business as well. You figured out how to turn your passion for fitness and dance as well into a business. And a lot of times musicians, artists, singers, they're like, well, I don't want to create a business. I'm not an entrepreneur. I just want to sing. And I'm like, I get that. But also that means you're an entrepreneur. It's kind of, you have to treat it like a business if you really want to, get the most out of it.
Yes.
So how did you go about turning your passion into a business?
Yes. So my passion, even though I used to sing before, my true passion is dancing. That's my jam, right?
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. And it's so funny because I was one of them. Like, I don't want a business.
Yeah.
Like, so I did it on the side. But for me to be able to get to the audiences that I wanted, I needed to create a business so they could hire me as a contractor.
Yeah.
So for me, it was more of a hobby and I got paid for it. Nice. Yeah. But I was doing it because I just love dancing. So I was an international master trainer for Zumba. I did a lot of corporate events and things like that. But to your point, it was more about, it filled my cup. Actually, that side of my life, it filled my cup for everything else. And I absolutely loved it. And I wasn't comparing myself about, okay, for example, if I do the dance fitness like this, if you compare yourself with others, you're just going to go crazy. And I said, what am I good at? one of the things is my charisma, but also I love to like truly teach. Like I'm not just a performer. Hey, look at me dancing, hair flip and all that. Although I like my hair flips here and there. But it's more about like connecting. So the way I did choreo, it was about connection. Sometimes people will have to hold hands, or it was very different, and that kind of separated me. And I'm not saying I'm better than others, but if people want a connection, then they go to Jennie, right?
Yeah.
If they want showmanship, then maybe they went to somebody else.
Yeah.
So everybody has different likes.
Yeah.
So find what is that thing for you.
Okay, I love that. And I think that also goes into your voice as well. Because a lot of times people are like, I sound like blah, blah, blah. How can I not sound like this person?
Yes.
And, you know, I'm always like, you don't sound like this person unless you're actively trying, because we all have a unique voice. That's how like when somebody calls you, and even if you don't see their name, before you pick up, you just pick up and you hear their voice, you know who's on the other side of that phone because you recognize their voice.
Yes.
It's the same thing for singing. So just understanding that you are, like, as you are born, you are already different and already unique for your voice, your personality, your everything is already unique. And so, because I feel like in singing and in music, a lot of times people put all this pressure on themselves to like stand out and be different.
Yeah.
And then they're trying to do all this extra stuff to do that. And I'm like, no, actually, you don't need to do any of that. You can just be you.
Be you. And then together with that purpose. It's so funny. And we were talking about started filming. I just met this woman, which I admire now, Jade Simmons. I was talking about her. And she talks about purpose. And the purpose is, it's not the thing you do, but it's the thing people feel when you do what you do. Right? So going back to impact.
Yes.
So for you, if you start thinking about, okay, if it's through my singing, how do I want people to feel? My sister, she's a singer, she's a songwriter.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever talked to you about her.
No, you have not.
Her name is Charlie Ariane, and she's been always in singing, but for her, it's a combination of dancing. She's also a dancer, singing, and her songwriting. That's how she just pours her soul and connects with people. So she found her niche. So found what is that niche and what is that purpose? And then you don't have any pressure about, should I be like this? Should I be like that? Because you have your outcome just the way you are. Like you said, just be you with that outcome. And that's really the powerful.
It's the same thing for business.
Yes.
I was just like making all these connections. And I was like, oh my God, that's what all these business gurus talk about as well.
Yes.
You focus first on what is the outcome you want your client to achieve, and to feel, to experience, whatever. And then figure out everything else to get them there.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And that just makes so much sense, even for songwriters and singers. Like what do you want your audience to feel? What's the experience you want them to have? And then create that experience for them so that they
by
can
being you.
Yeah, yes.
Exactly. You know, one of the things, and I'll give you an example. I love to empower, and I've always done that. My platform, every platform, but the one that I connect the most with my client is in LinkedIn. And LinkedIn used to be, I go there to find a job, right?
Yes,
like pretty much.
yes.
And it has evolved since then. But I started doing the same thing I did in Instagram for my Zumba dance fitness business, but for the empowering part. So people will be, okay, why are you dancing in LinkedIn? This is not TikTok. This is not Instagram. Like, be serious. And I say, no, I'm going to be me. But the whole purpose is how do I empower? And people that I connect with that energy, with that charisma, they're going to connect with me. And if it's not, then keep scrolling. Then I'm not your cup of tea.
Yes. Not everybody's for everybody. And that's also the same thing in singing, right? Like, you don't have to make all kinds of music. Actually, interesting. Okay, I have a question for you. Because a lot of times when I meet a singer that they're new to us, I ask them, what kind of music do you like?
Yes.
And then usually, like 80% of the time, the answer is everything. And then I was like, okay, well, can you give me some examples, some singers or artists, bands that you like?
Yes.
And then very quickly, I see like, no, it's not everything. It's very much like just this side of music, right? So how can like people get to know themselves better? Because like, you know, it's like they're already doing it.
Yes.
But they're just not really realizing it, you know?
That's really interesting. But I get back to that alignment, and you just feel it, right? When you're at flow, when you feel alive, kind of that map that I was telling you about. And I don't know if I was one of those clients for you who say everything to
I don't remember.
I'm like going back, is she talking about me? But Because we may love to listen to different genres, like rock or pop or country or gospel, whatever that is. But when you are, I don't know, showering or whenever you're in your car, jamming to your favorite music, like, you know what you connect, like what makes your heart alive, right? I can dance everything, but there's something about contemporary and lyrical that I love, and I fall in love with it. I lose track of time. So yeah, I can dance everything, but that's where I connect the most. So it's like a feeling. You just connect with what is that for you.
And I think a part of that, it goes also back to pause and reflect.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
To just actually sit there and ask yourself that question.
Yes.
What do I really like? What really lights me up? And not just do.
You may be putting yourself a label. I am this. And it's like stagnant, right? I was a dance fitness instructor for 24 years, right?
Yeah.
But then it was time for me to evolve to my next chapter. And I kept saying, oh, well, I'm a dance fitness instructor. No, I did that. But right now, I'm a speaker, and it's still authentic. That's what I do right now. I still dance, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, okay, that leads me to my next question for you, which is, I'm a squirrel, meaning, ooh, shiny, right? Like, oh, I'm not going to do this, and now I'm going to do that. And I just...
Yes.
It's so... I started VoxTape in 2020.
Yes.
Just like when you started your business.
Yes.
Right? Actually, exactly 5 years ago. It's almost August 1st. I launched it on August 1st.
Yes.
But anyways, launched it in 2020. And before then, I never had to stick to doing the same thing for a very long time because I was in school and then I was an artist, and the artist life is very much like, now you're recording and now you're performing and now you're promoting and now you're doing this interview and that interview, and you're just kind of all over the place all the time. Yeah. But now with VoxTape, I've been doing the same thing for 5 years, and I'm almost like,
what's next?
Can we start doing something else, right? And that's probably why I keep creating different courses and offers and experiences and all that stuff, because I'm always like, next, please, next, please, next, please. Yeah. So how do you find that balance between not just moving on to the next thing because you're not seeing the results right away, or you're kind of getting tired of it for whatever reason, but you actually still kind of love it?
Yeah.
And you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I do. And the thing is that it's so funny because you say, I've been doing the same thing since 2020. I've seen you. I don't know if it was 2020, but it was around 2021, 2022. Yeah. You have evolved a lot. It's not the same thing. For me as a client, or for me as a person who watches you on social media, it feels not different that you're going from one thing to the other, but it feels fresh. So it's one thing to do different things. You're not going to get a lot of traction, right? Because it's focus is always going to be your best friend, and then start branching out. But keep it fresh so you don't get bored, right? Or maybe there are tasks that are like, okay, I did that because I was solopreneur and I had to do it all, but maybe it's time to outsource some, so then you can really focus on your brilliance, right? Yeah. In where maybe it's your creation. But yeah, I mean, my son loves to play the piano, and then he's watching a YouTube. I don't know how he does this, right? He's always multitasking. Yeah. Well, maybe he's a genius, but but honestly, I know if he only focused on the piano, he will be even much farther than what he is right now, versus his attention being in different places. Yeah. Somebody say, hey, write down your name, like Jennie, right? Jennie, as fast as you can, and you have 1 minute, right? And there's a bunch of Jennies there. And now try to do it like the backwards. And then now you have the same amount of money. Time. It was bad. It was bad. It just looked horrendous. And then I just did a few. Yeah. Right. So there's one thing about focusing on one thing, so then you can go farther, but keep it fresh, right? Because as soon as you lose that, I love what I do, like you say, I still love what I do, then that's a really good indication you're in the right place.
Yeah. Well, because I'm asking because when I was an artist and releasing music and performing and all that, I was doing a lot of bar gigs, and I hated it. I hated it so much. It was so much effort for so little reward. Yep. Because just monetary reward was not good. Yeah. So you're barely getting paid to do it, and also nobody pays attention, right? There's the old school music gurus are like, you have to do the crappy gigs to develop character, and you have to go through that to play the big stages and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, Do you really? Because it is so soul sucking. Some people really love it, and that's great. Absolutely wasn't for me.
Yeah.
But I just didn't allow myself to pivot for such a long time because I was like, if I want to get to my result, I have to do this. So, it's kind of like, how do you find that balance between the things you have to do to get to your goal and being like, well, do I really have to do this? Or is there another way to get to my goal?
Yeah.
Anyway, because it's like, even when you have your dream job,
Yeah.
there are things that you're going to have to do that you don't love doing, like taxes. Nobody loves to do that stuff unless you're an accountant.
Absolutely. But I think the key is don't get stuck in the soul soaking thing for too long. I mean, I play in bars too back in the day.
Yeah.
And I liked it, but after a while it was a job, right? It was like, I can't. And then it wasn't only like you don't get paid and then it was soul soaking, but then it's energy draining too, right? So then and that carries for hours after the gig, if not the next day. Honestly, I don't know. I love to do things that I'm in alignment. A lot of people say, hey, if you want to be a speaker in this like big, speaking arenas, you have to do a lot of free speaking engagements. I didn't do that. I say no. I'm not, yes, I did some free speaking, but I didn't stay there for too long. It was time to continue to evolve.
Yeah.
And I always like look at what I consider my mentors. They don't know they're my mentors, right? But they are because I watch them all the time online.
Yeah.
I'm like, did they do all this like free speaking? And every story is different, right? You have like a Mel Robbins, which did at TEDx, and it just happened. She was not. It just became viral.
Yeah.
And after that, her fame came, from one place to the other.
Yeah.
So everybody has a different story. I don't know if I can tell you. I don't know. I don't like whenever I say this is what you do. A, B, C. Okay.
Yeah. So you're giving me permission to not follow like a specific thing that somebody said because that's the only thing that works or the best thing or whatever. Just do what feels right to you. Okay.
What's the outcome? And then back, how do you say, like reverse engineering, right?
Exactly.
But what other ways, if you don't want to do it this way, what other ways can you get? So the soul-soaking bar singing was to get experience, right? I'm assuming, and exposure. What other ways can you do that the same way? That doesn't...
I have one more question for you. Maybe that's a little bit of a personal to me question. I don't know if other people are struggling with this as well. I assume they are, but I'm a very result-driven person.
Yes.
If I get results, for example, video goes viral and all these new students come in, I'm like, let's go. I'm so excited about it. And I love what I do no matter what it is.
Yeah.
I love it because I'm getting results.
Yes.
If I am like pouring my heart into something and I'm releasing it, I'm putting it out there and it's not getting results, I immediately am like, I'm so sad. This wasn't in alignment with me because, there's no results, but I was so excited about it. So how do you detach from results?
I know. And it was so hard for me because remember, I was in the corporate world for 24 years and there is very linear, right? You have a project, you have an outcome and that girl. And then, it just repeats like a cycle that you keep repeating.
Yeah.
And now as a business owner, it's not linear at all, right? But one of the things that one of my business coaches told me, because I had the same question and I asked her, and she said, Jennie, it's the meaning that you give to things. So for you, success meaning that you're getting actual results, right?
Yeah.
But what about the progress, right? The progress and the discipline you're putting right now. And when they're going to click. And when click, you're going to be prepared.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's one way of doing it. So right now, I'm going for progress. And actually, I have a journal. And I look at my wins every day. Okay. And it's not that every day we're killing it, but it's like every little medium or high win. Like today, I learned how to finally use this platform that I've been procrastinating about, right?
Yes.
Because it's just that progress is growing you as a person. Yeah. And then from more, I will say, spiritual or Christian way, I always say that God puts us in this journey. So then whenever we're ready to receive what we want, we are ready, right? So I'm always I just looking at the progress. Progress equals success. Yeah. As long as I'm not giving up. If I give up, then that's not success, right? So I'm putting the work. I'm celebrating my wins. And I have faith that God is preparing me for what I'm meant to be. And so I'm ready whenever it's time.
You're so right. And this is, for some funny reason, advice that I give to singers out there as well. I'm like, well, you want to play arenas and
Yes.
these big shows. That's amazing. You've never performed in front of people. You are not ready.
Right.
Like, even if somebody gave you that opportunity tomorrow,
Yeah.
you would crap your pants.
Yes.
Because how scary is that? And you will
Yes.
probably not do a good job. So let's prepare you for that. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to play bar gigs.
Right.
Right? But, like, let's take some steps towards
Yeah.
this so that you feel prepared. And it's that the journey, the process that
Yeah.
gets you there. And I just apparently have to remind myself of that in business too, and not just in music. Okay, well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. We'll go through that journey.
Yes, absolutely. And it's good to see, like, I always love talking with other business owners, no matter what, like, business they're in,
Yeah.
whether it's
Yeah.
music or personal development
Yes.
or whatever, because it's so funny to see the parallels of, like, oh yeah, I also struggled with this, and oh yeah, I also experienced this one, and yeah, I also have this question. It's nice to
Yes.
see that.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit more about your music and your singing background. I know you were a dancer, right? So,
Yes.
like, where did that love
Yes.
for singing then come in?
Oh, interesting. I think it's from my mom's family. My mom she never pursued it, but she's an awesome singer. And then her dad was in an orchestra back in Puerto Rico, right? So he was a singer, and he was also like a mambo. What did he say? He used to win all these like mambo dancing competitions. So I think that's where our music, Jean, my sister, and I shared.
Yeah.
And then growing up, when it comes to singing, that was my first. Well, actually, I did both dancing and singing. But I was in choirs. I did a lot of musical theater. I was in a local band here in Indianapolis for about 5 years. So I've always, I love singing. But then I don't know, started having kids, and like the interest, I don't know, evolved.
Yeah.
And then dancing. Actually, I started dancing in the water. I did synchronized swimming competitively in Puerto Rico. Yes, I know. You didn't know that.
What the heck? That is so cool.
Yes. And then I went back to dancing. I think I was about like 14, 15. And that's when I love dancing. And then, like I mentioned, back of dancing in Puerto Rico for famous artists, TV shows, Indianapolis, cheerleader, captain, and choreographer, and Zumba international master trainer.
Okay. Is this when you worked for the Colts as a cheerleader? Is this
Yes.
when you came over from Puerto Rico? Or?
Yes.
Yeah.
So from Puerto Rico, I did my bachelor's in Puerto Rico, and then I went to Purdue. That's how I ended up in Indiana to do my master's. Okay. And as soon as I started working, I became a cheerleader. Like I miss dancing.
But you were the captain too. Like, she wasn't just a cheerleader. She was the captain, of course, because it's Jennie Lopez.
There were a few, but yes.
That's so amazing. And so you did bands. I love that. And then 3 years ago, I think, is when you reached out for voice lessons.
Yes.
Why?
Well, two things. Around that time, I also reconnected to a church because I was out of that for a while. And then I saw the band. I'm like, I miss singing. Like maybe one day when I have time. I don't know.
Yeah.
I always still see myself singing in that band. But then something that I realized, I need to remember how to care for my voice because I'm a keynote speaker.
Yes.
And there were 2 keynote speaking that in the middle of it, like my voice just completely like collapsed. Like I couldn't speak. And it was really weird. I'm like, gosh, I need to learn how to protect my voice.
Yes.
So I saw you in social media, and I didn't even know we lived so close together.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it. And if anybody's watching, should I really work with her? The answer is yes. She made me feel at ease from the get-go because I had lost my confidence in singing for so long, right?
Yeah.
After having kids, my voice changed. It wasn't the same. And you made me feel at ease. I'm like, and from the get-go, you had really powerful, I wasn't even paying you. And you were giving me like these really powerful lessons that I still use it now. I'm like, yeah, that's what Laura said. And then I started working with Brie. And at the beginning, I'm like, because it was the first time I did it via Zoom.
Yeah.
Before then, any classes were, I'm like, I don't know how that's going to work. And it worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
So I feel like I was with the piano and Brie when I was having my my conversations with her. So
Yeah.
it worked out well. So that's why.
Okay, that's awesome. And I remember we were a lot like talking about how to release strain and tension,
Yes,
so that you can
yes.
reach those higher notes with less effort. Because
Yes.
you had it all. You were just working really hard for it.
Oh yeah, I will be like power 100 from the get go. You're like,
Yes.
you don't have to be 100 from the get go. You can start slow and then building up. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But that's just kind of like who you are, because like you're
Yeah.
such a go
Yes,
person.
yes.
I follow you on social media, and I'm like, and now she's in Africa, and now she's in Croatia, and now she's in Hawaii, and now she's also doing her keynotes, and now she has 2 children and a husband, and like I'm like, wowzers, and a dog. Two dogs?
Yeah, two dogs.
You're so busy. So you are such a go person.
Yeah.
But you said like, oh yeah, when I have time, I'll do that. But you make time for things,
Yeah,
right?
and it's so funny. I'm working on my second book, and I think the key is because a lot of people think about resources being like either money or time, like that's it.
Yeah.
I think energy is the most precious resource that we all have, and we take it for granted. So it's all about how do you protect your energy, right? So you're always at a high vibration. You can operate at your best, and then also being very choosy with your yeses. Right? Because people are like, oh, lucky for you, you have time. Like, oh, we have the same amount of time. I did all of this even with a corporate job before.
Yeah.
Now I have more time to focus on my craft.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Talking about your book, Jennie brought me her book, Intentional. I was like, unintentional. I read the here. I'm like, hold on. No. Intentional unicorn. Thank you so much for bringing me this
You're
copy.
very welcome. Yes.
Bring your authentic self to thrive in life and career.
Yes.
And I feel like artists, like singers, musicians, life and career is kind of like the two things that your art is.
Yes.
Right? Like life inspires your art, but you make a career out of it. Exactly. And you know, as a kid, or like early in my career, I was always like, my childhood was so good. I never went through anything traumatic. I don't have sad life experiences. But all these artists that you see on like, you know, American Idol and whatnot, they always have like these traumatic things, and that's why they're now successful. And I was like, I'm never going to be successful because I don't have any trauma.
Oh my gosh, I felt that way too.
Oh, really?
Yes. I actually have a cousin that went to American Idol.
Yeah.
And she didn't make it. I think she went to the battles or whatever. Was that American Idol? I'm trying, maybe like confusing
Voice?
two different ones. The Voice, yes,
Yeah.
The Voice, yeah. And she went to but the counterpart had this really sad story.
No.
And she couldn't come up with anything sad, right? So I'm like, maybe that's why she didn't make it. But honestly, I don't know. You always have something that connects with you. There's so many people. Not everybody has a sappy story.
Yes.
make them
And you
famous.
don't have to have trauma. And if you do, I'm sorry that you do. It's going to be okay. But yeah. So thank you so much. I'll
You're very
link to this
welcome.
book as well. If you want to grab your own copy, go do it now and learn more about yourself. I need to learn more about myself. I'll be reading this on the plane on Wednesday because I'm going home to see my family. So I'll read through this.
And for people who think unicorn, like I don't like unicorns, maybe this lady just must have love. Like she just loves unicorns. It's more of a metaphor.
Okay.
Because we tend to hide what actually operate us at our best, right? And it's
Yeah.
our horn. Like I told you, I try to hide it and minimize and like, you know what? Wait a second. This is what makes me connect at my best. I'm going to live with it. So I believe we all are unicorns. We just have to be very intentional in how we show it to the world.
Intentional. Yes. I love that. Well, since you are a singer,
Oh, goodness.
would you like
Can
to
we dance?
You can teach me some dance moves. I'm a terrible dancer. Oh my gosh. But do you want to do some singing?
We could, but maybe we can, so that way you can serve the people who is in the audience. You coach me, right? Because I haven't sang in forever. So it's not about me singing, but about how you coach students.
Of course.
All right,
Let's do it. Let's do it. Gravity, Sarah Bareilles?
Yeah.
Let's do it. First verse and chorus, yeah?
Sure.
We'll just have you sing through that part.
Yeah.
And then we'll look at it
Cool.
and dissect it.
Something always brings me back to you. It never takes too long. No matter what I say or do, I still feel you here to the moment I'm gone. You hold me without touch. You keep me without chains. I've never wanted anything so much than to drown in your love and not feel your pain. Set me free, leave me be. I don't want to fall another moment into your gravity. Here I am, and I stand so tall, just the way I'm supposed to be. But you're onto me, all over me.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. How did it feel?
I don't know. I have my my heart. I told you I haven't sang since I talked to Bree last time. So Bree, thank you. I need to work on it, but it's okay.
But you did such a great job. There were so many good moments. I mean, most of it was a very good moment. So it was really, really, really good. What do you feel like was the hardest part for you about this?
So before you, I would be like, something always brings light from the get-go. So I don't know if I did that okay or starting soft and go up. So
it was beautiful.
Okay. So I got that. And then one thing that I still need to work on my confidence whenever she goes on that high voice and then just like my normal mid voice. And I'm sure I'm not using the right terminology, but whenever she goes in what I used to call falsetto into my normal voice. So that piece, I don't feel confident.
Okay, that part.
Yeah.
And then down into me free.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of that switch between like head voice and chest voice.
Yes.
You know, if we can just keep everything pretty mixy. I always say that the less changes, the less transitions we make, the easier it gets to sing.
Okay.
So instead of going, set me free, back into like a heavy chest voice, keeping everything just a little lighter. Set me free, leave me be. It's all in this voice right here. So everything is kind of mixy. It's not right?
Yes.
Not that you did that.
Yes.
But you know, just keeping everything more similar, more even.
Yes.
That usually makes it a little bit easier. Can you just kind of like speak like right here for a second? Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Do you feel how that's not up here, right? It's
Yes.
not losing all the power.
Yes.
But it's also not heavy.
Hey, yeah.
Right? It's somewhere like right here. It's the Valley Girl voice. Hi, how are you?
I am so good. How are you?
There you go. It's that voice, but just a little softer because it's gravity.
Yes,
right?
I love it. Because always when I'm singing, it's just the way, what I'm thinking is, hi, like two different ones, not like the mix. So I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. It's not either or. It's both.
It's both. Interesting. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you just speak semi-free?
Set me free.
Okay. Semi-free.
Set me free.
Yes. One more time.
Set me free.
Okay. On that set, you're opening a lot. Set. And that can kind of make us feel like we're losing control over the notes.
Yes.
Set. Smaller.
Set me free.
Think more up.
Set me free.
Yes. Can you think more forward?
More forward. Set me free.
Now.
How does she do that? It makes no sense, but I'm like, yeah, I know what she's saying. Forward.
Yeah, I know. Singing is the weirdest thing. Usually I ask people, can you make that breathier? And they're like, what do I need to do to make it breathy? I'm like, don't worry about it. Just
breathy.
Think about making it breathy and it happens.
Yes.
Like we don't usually have to know what exactly changes to make it happen. Our body automatically knows. That doesn't mean it's not good to know what happens.
Yes.
That can be very helpful for a lot of singers, but don't overcomplicate it. Your body already knows how to do it.
She's so good.
So the last thing is just that hard palate. So that I feel it right behind my bridge. You know, like your teeth, and then you have the bridge right behind it. right on the roof of your mouth, right?
Set me free.
Yeah, just shoot it out there.
Free.
Yes. Let's go back to that. Hi, set me free.
Hi, set me free.
Set
Me free. Oh my gosh, that was one thing. How do you do that?
That was incredible. That was super mixy.
Okay. Ooh, I need to practice that more. Okay.
So I really like the correlation for you, like between the speaking it,
Yes.
and then immediately getting it into your
Into the
singing.
singing, yes.
Because you can immediately do it when you're speaking, like
Yes.
no problem, because you're not thinking about it, right?
Right.
But then as soon as you start singing, you're like, and now I need to hit this note, right?
Yes. It's just like you're speaking.
Yep.
Like speaking. Oh, I like that technique. Thank you.
Of
I love
course.
it. Thank you.
Can we try with some music?
Oh, goodness. Pain. Set me free. Leave me be. I don't want to fall another moment into your gravity. Here I am, and I stand so tall, just the way I'm supposed to be. But you're unto me, all over me.
Yeah. It's a lot
Is that
harder on
part?
here I am.
Yes.
Because you have that H.
Yes.
He. And not that se.
Set.
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here I am. Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
Does it feel good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here I am, and I stand.
Yeah. I stand.
I stand.
You're kind of going stand, like a
Okay.
little country. Stand. And I stand.
And I stand.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to fall.
I don't want to fall. No, I don't want to fall.
It's a little higher. I don't want to fall.
I don't want to fall. No.
Yes,
Yes?
that's the note.
Okay.
Now here's what you did. Oh,
yes.
Right? You backed away as soon as
Okay.
you hit the notes. Keep that breath moving forward. I don't want to fall.
I don't want to fall another moment. Wait. I don't want to fall.
Yes.
Yes.
Now it's kind of back here. I
Back.
don't
I
want to
see
fall.
feeling.
Right?
Yes.
I don't want to fall.
I don't want to fall.
Yeah. That way. Yes. Think
Okay.
forward, get
Forward,
the tongue out of the
forward.
way,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
If you're kind of feeling that that kind of sound and
yes.
it's trapped back here,
Yeah.
practice with your tongue sticking out.
I don't want to fall.
Yeah, that's so good because now you're all the way on top of the
Okay.
note,
Yes.
and not slightly under.
Okay. You're so good.
No,
Thank
you are so good.
You are so good.
You're just taking all of this information and you're immediately applying it, right? And that just shows like you are so close with all of this.
Yeah.
It's just minor little tweaks.
Yes.
To do what you're already doing, but more easily.
Yeah.
That's
I love
really
you.
all it comes down to.
I love you. Thank you.
Oh, I love you, Jennie. That was so amazing. Yay!
Love it.
Anything else you want to look at? Any questions?
We're good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You killed it. Give it up for Jennie. Woo! You sounded so good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Honestly, it's all about working on confidence. And I always say, go outside of your comfort zone. That was outside of my comfort zone.
There you go.
Hey, growing. And thank you. Thank you again for being an amazing coach.
Oh, of course. Thank you for your kind
Yes.
words. I appreciate that. You're doing a great job. And whenever time feels right for you to get more into singing again,
Yeah.
it's going to come right back to you. And again, just release that tongue and the Valley Girl voice.
I know. I'm going to have to work on that.
Yeah. You can even use it in your speaking.
True.
Because what I'm doing right here, you can even use it in your speaking. That's my Valley Girl voice.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yes.
It's
yes.
the
yes.
mix,
Yes.
right?
I love it. I love it. It's a mix. And for me, that was the biggest distinction. It's not two different ones. It's like you have to learn it to mix it.
Yeah. Exactly. So good. I have one more question
Okay,
for
let's
you.
go.
This podcast is called From Singer to Artist,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
And what to you is the difference between a singer and an artist if you feel like there
Ooh.
is one?
I think I go back to, I always said, you're not what you do, right? So singer, that's what you do.
Okay.
But artist is like how you do it, right? How do you project it? How do you help? How you make people feel?
Yeah.
That's the artistry. And the artistry is very different. So we may both, not that we are, but we may both be singers.
Yeah.
But as an artist, you have your brand, I have my brand. We connect differently with people. So that's part of the magic of the artistry.
Oh, I love that. It's what you do is singing, is like you're a singer, that's what you do.
Yeah.
But you're an artist, that's like how you do it.
Yeah, your craft.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that. Thank you.
Yes.
Is there anything else you would like to share with your audience?
No, I always say for people, always be your authentic self. That's whenever you do your best job, you care at your best, you lead at your best, and confidence goes up. And it just helps you move faster. So connect with yourself. And if you want to connect with me, I'm under Intentional Unicorn in every platform. I just love Instagram because it's the best way to keep it more like a friendship because of the stories and the live and the DMs. And we can really hang a little bit more personally there.
Yeah, we all know how awful TikTok is to send direct messages.
Oh
my
gosh,
gosh.
no, yes.
Oh, no. Instagram is the way to go.
Yes.
Perfect.
Intentional Unicorn.
Yes. I will link to that. And
Yes.
same for your book. I'll link to your book as well and your website.
Yes.
And maybe just real quick, what exactly is it that you do for people? Like if somebody wanted to work with you, what exactly do you?
I love it. So I have a community that I call the Unicorn Dream Makers because everybody has a dream. And usually my clients are either doing like very pivotal career changes or they're starting a business or they have a business, but they're not in love with it anymore. They need to re-energize it to grow it, if that makes sense. So we go through, first of all, clarity, right? Whenever, just like we were talking about, we get distracted. So many things that we can do, but what's the clarity for the goals that we want? And then why that's so important. So that's the first step, clarity. The second one is about unleashing your superpowers. So I work with every client to really understand what are their superpowers. And I'm not talking about a list. I'm talking about 1, 2, or 3. Yeah. And then we just create their brand with it because it's a very authentic brand. It's their superpowers. And with that, then obviously that's a secret ingredient to grow their brand and their business. And then confidence mastery, because a lot of people then get with the imposter syndrome or the comparison or I'm not good enough. All of that, we crush all of those limiting beliefs. We create an intentional plan and then we share it with the world.
Oh, I love that.
So Unicorn Dream Makers.
I might need to become a part of that community.
Please.
Help me take VoxTape to the next level.
Let's do it.
Thank you so much, Jennie, for being here, for sharing your beautiful voice, for sharing your amazing story and your advice on how to become more authentic and in alignment.
Yes.
And working towards that. So thank you.
I love it.
Thank you so much.
And keep showing your horn. You're a beautiful unicorn. And yes, I love everything you do.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any questions for Miss Jennie, Miss Lopez, actually, feel free to send her a direct message on Instagram. Otherwise, we'll catch you in the next episode. Bye.